You know what else is crazy, Jeff? Is smooth
Microchip
transitions.
technology?
Yes. Nice one.
A seamless passing of the baton. Oh, chugging drinks. You know what? Oh, I'm out here.
Your deed,
I'm
son.
I'm on E here.
No more Mojo energy for you.
Well, I'm gonna go and grab some more. While I do that,
What should we discuss?
you know what's crazy is the fact that GTA 4 is freaking almost out, man.
Well, yeah, it's about a month away.
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
know.
That's like I realized this last week because they posted a bunch of new screenshots of the game and also put out a couple of radio widgets, which basically just little previews of a couple of the radio stations. The
talk station.
The conservative talk station is choice.
Yeah.
I really, really like what they have there, and just it reminds you of how great the talk radio in past GTA games has been.
Yeah, and that's something that hasn't really been duplicated. I mean, it's like everyone out there is trying to make their GTA style game. Everyone is kind of taking their crack at it. And I think with the exception of Saints Row, which I think actually has some pretty funny talk radio in it.
Also Keith David.
Also Keith David.
Two key elements in making that kind of game.
No one has really done it right. No one has really has really done it better than Rockstar has.
Well, I mean, it's just the writing in those games has always been pretty spot on because the people who write them are clearly, have a pretty good sense of how dialogue should be and how that kind of stuff and how to parody stuff.
Yeah,
right?
Rockstar's sharp sense of satire has always been one of its biggest strengths.
Definitely. Right. And I think that to me has been more than anything the best part about the GTA games.
Yeah. I mean, I think also that's true for Bully.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Absolutely, as much as it's satire, it's homage, its ability to kind of evoke these things that you're familiar with and then throw you in the middle of them.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, GTA is almost out. Like, looking at the official site for that game, which I hadn't done yet, it's like I kind of was just avoiding or missing out on a lot of the information about the games because kind of some turmoil while a lot of that stuff picked up.
Yeah.
We had some other things going on.
I think I heard about that.
So it's like now to kind of come out of the other side and be like, oh, snap. Like, look at all this stuff. This game looks awesome.
This game's almost out.
Yeah, and it's almost out. So.
What's weird to me is in all these screenshots, I have not yet seen any real gameplay video in action of this.
Yeah,
but
that's again classic Rockstar.
Pretty typical.
Here's a picture of a fast food joint.
But
you can discern one nugget of gameplay from this, but only if you stare at it and think for a really long time.
But this seems like the most severe like that since GTA 3. Like it seems like they did kind of start giving you more actual gameplay stuff for both Vice City and San Andreas. But for this one, they're being real.
It's like they're talking about the phone and how that changes the way missions work.
Yeah.
They're talking about the way breaking into cars is different now, and the importance of stuff like taxis and drunk driving and these little bits and pieces that will figure into it. But they're not telling you, here's how easy it will be to mow down cops, because that's the thing that Rockstar never really dwells on, because they know that just leads to a really negative place for them. So it takes once the game is out on shelves, it takes about a day or so for everyone to record videos of them blowing up cop cars and running people over. Then it all starts all over. Right. It becomes a problem.
Cycle begins anew.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm super excited about GTA 4, but I want to say this because I also don't want to sound like too much of a naysayer. But odd thing about these screenshots is the level of quality from screenshot to screenshot seems to vary so wildly.
Right.
And also in weird ways, like different elements in each screenshot seem to be like better or worse. Like sometimes like the texture on his jacket looks really good, and it's like you get the feeling like that's a damn tracksuit. That's real.
Yeah.
And then other times it just looks flat and bad.
I think this game will evoke the old GTA in a lot of ways, including the ways where it sometimes looks kind of messed up and the frame rate is occasionally jacked. And
well, I mean, it definitely has like the right like flat color tone that you want, especially in Liberty City.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a game I'm looking forward to more right now than that.
Yeah, which is weird for me, because normally kind of how the Grand Theft Auto cycle would go is the game would, GTA 3 came out and you're like, wow, this is the most amazing game ever made. And then it just suddenly becomes, well, there's no way they can do that again. Like, there's no way that they can make a game better than that. There's
and then
no
they made
way.
Vice City.
And then they make Vice City, and you're like, oh, geez. And
there is a way.
And then that just ups the ante even more. You're like, well, okay, now they, there's nothing they could possibly do. And then San Andreas came out, which was even better. So Yeah, I don't know. It'll be weird to see how GTA 4 is. Like, I always find myself super skeptical, and then all of a sudden super excited in like the week before it comes out. Only now it's like a month before it comes out. I'm like, whoa, this is coming out awesome.
The thing that keeps popping up in the back of my mind is I want another Vice City game. Like, I realize that Vice City probably my favorite of the GTA games so far.
Perhaps you should play Vice City Stories for the PSP.
I tried that,
or PS2,
and that wasn't so great.
That's not the Vice City sequel.
But do you think that we're going to see this? Do you think after GTA 4 we will see GTA 4 Vice City?
Why not? I mean, that's the cycle they've used since GTA 1, really.
Yeah.
You know, GTA 1 had all those environments in there. And, you know, they haven't really broken out of it too much. I mean, GTA 2 took place in the near future. And
that was stupid.
GTA 2, it came up with a gang concept. There were a lot of kind of dumb things about GTA 2, but I liked where its head was at.
Sure.
And then there was GTA London, which is the only time they've done, like, a real-world place. I would like to see them break out of the Liberty City, Vice City, San Andreas cycle and come up with something.
And do Toronto.
Yeah, the T-Dot. Because they could, dude. Yes, because it would be the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area.
So it would be GTA 4, GTA.
Yes,
I've stumbled upon a gold mine.
You heard it here first.
Next
GTA
Grand
Toronto.
Theft Auto game is GTA 4, GTA. So that's awesome, and that's very soon. That's April.
That's soon.
29th?
18th.
I want to say
29th?
25th.
29th.
22nd. April the 1st.
It's 29th in Europe, 25th here, I think.
I think you're probably
maybe
right.
That's what it is.
Well, fantastic. We're well informed here.
Games.
Things coming out sometime soon.
It's coming out in April.
They're sending out those custom painted 360s with the box art.
Brother,
on
I want that.
Yeah,
I think
so
it's
Complex
hot.
Magazine got one of those, and that's where the initial shots came from. But on the Billionaire Boys Club blog run by Pharrell of the Neptunes and the NERD.
Oh, that Pharrell.
Yeah, he got one.
Star Trek.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, they got one of them.
So basically, anyone who the Housers think are awesome.
Yeah,
are getting
anyone
one.
who would get like limited edition pairs of shoes direct from the manufacturer is also getting one of these.
Tastemakers.
Maybe there's a Neptune song in the game.
Oh yeah, probably.
We don't really know what the soundtrack for that game is
yet.
yet.
They haven't really said too much.
Well, like those little radio widgets, they give you kind of the tone.
Yeah.
Like you get the sense of what sort of stuff is going to be on there. Like there's going to be a disco and potentially modern electronic music station. There's the Afro Soul station.
I'm going to say there'll be some LCD sound system in that game. That's my guess.
I would say a lot of indie electro, a lot of like DJ heavy hip hop, and probably some indie.
Yeah,
like
Green
Green
Lantern has his own.
Yeah, there you go.
DJ Green Lantern has
his own
station.
set in there.
Yeah,
there you go.
Or he's on a station. It's not all his station, but
Right.
he does a DJ set in there. So look for that.
Hip hop.
Well, while we're on the topic of digital delivery, Jeff.
Yes.
Let's talk about Grand Theft Auto 4's weird ass music deal that they have with Amazon.
With Amazon, yeah.
E-commerce.
E-commerce
is what's happening here. So Rockstar and Amazon have cut a deal where basically when you hear a song in the game, you can pull out your cell phone in the game and punch in a number, and then if you have an associated account at the Rockstar Social Club, which is going to be like this online leaderboard that's going to go up along with Grand Theft Auto 4, it'll create these custom playlists of these songs that you can then go and purchase through the Amazon MP3 store.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, Rockstar's kind of been saying all along about how the cell phone in the game is really important for all this different stuff and missions and all this, and it's like they're clearly very much taking that seriously by tying this to the in-game cell phone also.
And I feel like this is, one of the very, very few games out there that can pull off something like this and have it be meaningful.
Yes, I think you're probably right. I mean, but at the same time, EA's been doing iTunes playlists for their games for a long time, where if you go to their website, you see the playlist, and you can go in and buy them.
I guess I'm speaking more about just the level of this integration.
Yeah, that is definitely much deeper than has been done before. I think it might even be a little extreme in spots, because I just don't... I mean, there are going to be a lot of songs in that game, but are there going to be so many that you're just never going to know what they're called?
I think it's like
you're never going to be able to like look at a list of the soundtrack, go, oh, that's that song, and then find it.
Well, I guess that's the thing, is it cuts that out.
I guess
it's that immediate, because it used to be.
And
like,
I guess and GTA never had the show artist name and song name on the screen like every single like EA game does.
Right. It just happens.
It just happens. So I guess that does make it a little easier. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I like it because I always do like the music in Grand Theft Auto games, and I always do end up buying a soundtrack or something. And being able to get
you'll get
if
you get the limited edition pack with the duffel bag. I think that comes with like selected songs from the soundtrack. So
I gotta go pre-order that again, don't I?
Yeah.
Damn it. I guess let's talk some more about GTA 4 because hey, that's coming out. That is now, Jeff, coming out this month.
That is out this month,
which is madness,
dude.
GTA 4 achievement points. The various achievements for the game have supposedly been leaked out. Jeff, do you put much credence into this stuff? You think this is legit?
I think that's legit. I think that list is legit. There are ways to dig up achievement points for games that are not out yet, if you have the right equipment to do so, and I think someone did so. If you notice, the gamer tag shown in the screenshots is the same one that was, or the same formatting that was being shown in a lot of those supposed multiplayer screenshots that leaked out before this. So I think it's pretty possible that these are the actual achievements in the game. And some of them
dude on the inside.
Yeah. And not even necessarily on the inside of Rockstar. But yeah, they have names like Warm Coffee, which is inviting a girl back to your, or getting into a girl's house, which I think that's relatively clever. I think some of that stuff sounds like it's pretty good.
I guess the one that I see that always sticks out at me is the Assassin's Greed one. Just makes me kind of wince.
Yeah,
that's a little corny. Although I guess Rockstar and GTA kind of go for corny sometimes.
Yeah,
on purpose.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that stuff is accurate or not. It's hard to say one way or the other right now because that stuff is also pretty easy to fake. Like personally, I think it's probably legit.
Yeah,
but
if it is legit, that it kind of tells you a little bit more about the game than Rockstar has come out and said.
Yeah, it does.
There's stuff about playing darts. There's stuff about playing pool. There's stuff about playing this game Cube, which is spelled QUB 3D. So maybe it's Cube 3D or
Cubed.
So I imagine that's probably some sort of a arcade game or video game that you will play inside the game.
I hope it's just Cubert.
I was also kind of thinking maybe it's just like a Rubik's Cube. Maybe it's a video game Rubik's Cube.
Oh, man. Just like the 2600 game.
Was there a 2600 Rubik's Cube game?
I think they prototyped one and didn't release it, but
I should put that out now.
Timely.
Xbox Live Arcade coming next month. Heard it here first.
Right.
Doing wheelies on motorbikes, taxi missions, stuff that you would expect from GTA 4.
Yeah, definitely.
Some of it is delivery jobs.
Which is kind of a bummer because that's always the stuff that I'd never do in a GTA game. Like most of the side missions, I just can't. I cannot play them to completion.
I guess it's the job missions specifically, the taxi driver, the police,
the fire
stuff that I just don't feel the need to get into too much.
Pizza delivery.
But you can go look at this full list of these at Xbox 360 achievements.org. They've got a full list posted up there. And actually, let's one more GTA 4 story here.
It is coming out this month, after all.
It's true. And apparently some French retailer has a sheet of pending releases has come out of this French retailer, and it lists GTA 4 for the DS, which, probably.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah, and they did do GTA games on the Game Boy.
Yes, they did
on the GBA before, and on the I think on the regular Game Boy they had one.
This is being listed kind of as a rumor right now. Go Nintendo has the story, and probably. We don't really have any facts to back that up, but
I think that's a safe bet that'll happen at some point, just because of the track record of them doing handheld versions of. And I think it'll. I mean, I have to say, I think the name is probably wrong. I think there will be a new GTA game for the DS at some point, but I don't think they'll.
Oh well, this is all in shorthand on the sheet. It just says all it says is GTA 4.
Yeah, I don't think they'll call it GTA 4 when they finally do it. They'll come up with some
but they also have
sub name for it.
They also have listed on here FF Crystal Chronicles FRDS. So it's all just shorthand,
right? And like retailer
stuff.
Yeah,
that does not necessarily. Although it does have L'Incredible Hulk.
Fantastic.
It's good to know how that translates into French.
Yeah, but I think we'll see a GTA game for the DS before we'll see one for the Wii.
That sounds, very probable.
Yeah.
There's no way they can make that game reasonable on the Wii.
No, I think they could, if they wanted to, I mean, maybe they'll do a San Andreas Stories at some point for PSP, PS2, and then Wii. But they could do that.
But you're not going to see this full game
No.
in a 3D form and on a handheld.
No.
That would be too crazy.
On handheld or on the Wii.
All right, this question comes in from Austin Starr. He says, what's your stance on purchasing limited editions of certain titles like the upcoming Grand Theft Auto 4 with the duffel bag and lockbox? I'm generally not a fan at all of limited edition stuff because I don't want pewter figurines or cloth maps.
Yeah, for me, it depends on the game. Yeah, if it's some RPG or something where what they're giving you is a cloth map and pewter figurine, I'm probably not going to be in on that.
That is never going to be the thing that's going to make me buy the game at all.
Right.
So if it was a game that I was interested in buying already, very rarely are the extras anything that I really want because, usually all I care about is the content of the game. If it doesn't apply to the game itself, I don't care that much. I don't need a T-shirt.
Yeah, like a T-shirt's not a particularly good throw-in, but I thought the helmet for Halo was kind of a classy limited edition.
Sure.
It's something more than a limited edition tin. Here's $10 more, and it'll come in a metal box, and you get a soundtrack disc.
It's got a slightly different cover.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, that's well, that's no good.
Keep going.
And
something up in the sinuses, no good.
Good to know. Does it taste like Brondo?
No, not at all.
Oh.
But, he mentions that, Rainbow Six Vegas 2, it had a sweet keychain with the chip on it. And...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that said, so I bought the Legendary Edition Halo because I think the helmet is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Even if it is totally dumb. It's dumb in a way that I am dumb. So it works out great.
Mm-hmm.
GTA, totally interested in the limited edition pack because it's something more than that limited edition tin. It's, a big, you get to be the duffel bag boy.
Yeah, sure.
You get the duffel bag. You get like a selected soundtrack. You get a lockbox.
The lockbox, I think, is the thing that really,
that
really brings me in. That's totally crazy in a way that I can get with.
Yeah, so I fully intend to get that limited edition GTA, but I'm not interested in the limited edition Rainbow Six or like Mass Effect or any of that stuff. Like the making of stuff doesn't really do it for me because these days in the run up to a game's release,
you see so much of that stuff.
Yeah, publishers just talk so much about their game that you get to hear so many different things about how a game's being made that, seeing some kind of additional featurette about it doesn't really do anything for me.
Yeah, it rarely adds to that experience. And as far as, additional content that's actually applicable to the game at this point, they're saving that stuff for DLC in most cases. Or if they do include it in the collector's edition, it will eventually be available as downloadable content.
Like the last Need for Speed, they did a edition where you got these cars, or you could go and you could spend the $10 that you would have paid originally to just download it. In those cases, I guess, you could view that as a way to, decide if you like the game enough to buy that additional content rather than outlaying the extra $10 right there, right off the bat. But usually in those cases, I would probably actually go for the limited edition.
So there you go. There's the Giant Bomb stat. Oh, man, cannot talk.
This Brondo.
This Brondo going
right on top of you.
Straight to my head. That's what Giant Bomb thinks about limited editions moving. So we haven't talked about it at all during this episode, and I feel we have to mention it. It's our duty at this point. But GTA 4 comes out hella soon, Jeff.
Like really soon.
Like
what?
Like 2 weeks?
Oh, man.
That is mad soon.
Yeah.
And it's recently been revealed that fashion designer Karl Lagerfeld.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Karl Lagerfeld, not Field.
Yeah.
Is going to be a radio DJ in the game.
All right.
And there's a great picture here of Karl Lagerfeld drawn in GTA style.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And have you seen this? Here, let me bust this around so you can see it. It's pretty good.
That is pretty good. I agree.
And that's just I like that's a ridiculous touch for that game. That just makes me it's a nothing thing, but I love that they go out of their way. Like, let's get this really insane and eccentric fashion designer to come in. And because if you've never seen or read anything about Karl Lagerfeld, he is out of his damn mind. He owns like 70 iPods or something. He's just
great.
He's just a complete lunatic and a pretty fascinating figure. So it's it's interesting that they would think to let's grab him and have him be a radio personality and say horribly politically incorrect stuff on the radio. That'll be fun.
Yeah, sure.
So just another point about GTA 4, and just to remind you, GTA 4 is coming out hella soon.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like all the details about how the multiplayer works are out there now. A lot of different modes to play with, some of which sound pretty awesome. So
yeah, a lot more of the multiplayer stuff. Being able to play as a lady. At this point, I'm almost kind of trying to avoid more like nuts and bolts stuff about the game.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of just want to find that stuff out on my own.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't been reading, like, hands-on impressions of the multiplayer or stuff like that just because I want to go into that a little bit more fresh.
Yeah.
All right. So that's going to do it for the news of the world for this week's episode, Jeff. Pretty good stuff. Obviously, Nintendo thing was the big deal.
And next week we'll be talking a lot about Midway.
Right, because this Thursday and Friday, again, we're going to packing up our bags. It's not just to San Francisco, though. It's all the way to Las Vegas.
That's right. We have to ride on an aeroplane where we will go and I guess hear about the next Mortal Kombat game. That countdown timer is just about up.
Yeah.
And some of the other stuff that Midway's working on, I guess probably Ballers, even though that's out pretty soon. So
yeah, I think that'll be out a few days after.
Week. Yeah.
But yeah, there's all that stuff. All right, emails. So this is where the email theme is going to play. Our hot new email theme music. All right, Jeff. Our first question comes in from Frankie from Australia. So Frankie writes in from Australia to basically complain about the state of GTA 4 in Oz. For those who haven't heard about this, Rockstar has gone out of their way to make a bunch of changes to GTA 4 so that it will comply with the fairly stringent Australian game rating rules. Basically, if they don't like something, if it's too severe, they just ban games outright.
Which they've done a lot in the past.
They've done a ton of that. I don't know that any GTA game has actually made it to Australia yet.
Yeah,
or if they have, they've had to be severely changed. So Rockstar has basically said, all right, we made a bunch of changes. Australia, you should really get your rating system in line so that you have an equivalent for games that you have for film. Because they just don't have a high enough rating to allow for that GTA style of content. And Frankie puts some of the his anger towards Rockstar, which saying that they should have disclosed what they changed, but I think that's really more them kind of putting the screws to the Australian ratings board more than anything else.
Yeah, probably. Also, Rockstar I think shies away from any kind of lists of extreme content that are in their games.
Yeah, I guess that really wouldn't help them to publish something like that. Of the stuff that they had to cut, but I can understand your concern and your frustration about this, Francis, but not really Rockstar's fault, and I honestly think that probably the best thing they could have done in this situation was, play ball with them, but then also suggest, hey, listen,
you should really do something about this.
We're
going to keep doing these.
And yeah, there's obviously a market for them. There's obviously a bunch of people in Australia that want this stuff.
Yeah.
So they should have it.
It is, after all, an island filled with criminals.
It's too true, Jeff.
Here's a good question from Michael Robinson. He says, I've noticed that Xbox Live seems to become unreliable whenever a high-profile game is released or when an industry event rolls around. This behavior makes me wonder whether or not I should expect Xbox Live to be undependable when GTA 4 is released. So I think the core question here is, do we think that GTA 4 is going to bring Xbox Live to its knees?
Kind of depends on how popular the multiplayer is. I mean,
I think that, the stuff that he's talking about has been Halo and Call of Duty 4.
But those are multiplayer-focused games, and while GTA 4 has multiplayer, I'm not convinced it's going to be all that
really
great.
Call it a multiplayer-focused game.
You don't come to GTA expecting to get online.
That is not the first thing I will do when I get GTA 4.
I don't think majority of people will jump straight into the multiplayer.
And it seems like the big things that have crippled Xbox Live in the past have been sizable downloads. And stuff like the stuff that happened over the holidays was probably because so many people were getting systems and activating them and creating accounts that put strain on other stuff. It wasn't necessarily something you could pin on just Call of Duty 4, maybe.
Although you would think that, I don't know what their network infrastructure is like, but they ought to be compartmentalizing, account creation, downloads, actual game, dedicated game servers. You'd think all that stuff would be separate.
Well, they just did do an update to the Xbox 360, like that one, it just downloaded, I guess, like last week.
Yeah.
That had no new features in it, and some people are speculating that it's kind of helping to deal with the conceptually massive demand for GTA 4 next week.
That comes out next week.
That
Jeff.
game is out next
wow.
week.
Tuesday.
I kind of forgot
Tuesday?
about that. That's
Tuesday.
pretty soon.
The 29th. That's
Tuesday.
That's a week.
That's
a week
very
from
soon.
today.
That's wow,
dude.
And it's 7 days from right now.
I have not yet pre-ordered the game. Do you think I need to?
Well, if you want to get the Sweet Collector's Edition, with the
I just
duffel bag
want to
and
play the game. I don't care. Vanilla is fine, but do you
I don't think so. I think if you just
you
want
think
the
I can
game,
get
think I
one
can walk into
somewhere?
Best Buy next Tuesday and just get it?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, yeah, they have to be creating just a huge number of those because they know that the game's just going to sell ridiculously.
Yeah, it's like analysts or someone saying they want to do $400 million in business on day one. They're going to need to put some games in stores to do that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I fully expect that won't be a problem for you. Question
Line
from
4, Tessa, what's up?
Topher K says he was wondering if EA takes over Take-Two, do we think that they will drop the 2K sports games in favor of their own EA sports games?
Isn't that kind of understood to be part of their strategy?
I mean get rid of that competition by buying them.
well, I think a lot of people are just saying that the only thing they really want is GTA. The only thing EA really wants out of this deal is GTA.
I would think the sports stuff is at least as compelling to them.
Oh no, but I think that's like a benefit to them.
It's compelling
in the
to
process.
get rid of it.
Yeah, it's compelling for them to shut it the hell down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah.
surely the GTA is not the one thing on their minds. Because
I could see them cherry picking some of the talent from those studios and integrating them into their existing sports studios, but there's no way they're going to continue supporting multiple baseball games.
Yeah, actually, I was actually talking to my good buddy Tim Surratt about last night just because he wanted me to name drop him on this podcast. So there you go, pal. We're
cutting that out.
Okay, we were talking
Good
about
buddy.
I actually don't know how to make tones.
I mean, like there are names associated with the GTA series, but I feel like a lot of the work is being done in secret. It's kind of like a lot of those old Japanese games from like the NES era where the credits would scroll and like the programmer was named like Mappy or something because they didn't want companies to know the real name so they could headhunt their talent.
Yeah,
like I kind of feel like
that's just because the Housers are crazy.
Maybe I mean
ridiculously secretive.
The people that are making GTA are doing things that nobody else can do nearly as well as them. Like the aspects of GTA that make it so great are better than anybody else is doing.
Who are the names that you even associate with GTA at this point? It's like the Housers, like Leslie Benzies, Geronimo Baroa.
But like you don't know who's doing like the casting, for instance, like who writes those games. I mean, that stuff is all really good,
but yeah, it's like they don't really reveal a ton of that stuff so that you can't go over to Scotland and steal everyone at Rockstar North.
So EA just decided, screw it.
Like,
take the whole thing.
There is one way. Here's a way to get our hands on those dudes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, then they would also get BioShock, and there's plenty of other goodies that they would get.
Ooh. Yeah.
Then maybe that would mean that there could be a System Shock 3.
Yeah. Actually,
if 2K gets scooped up,
that's very interesting. Yeah, Ken Levine would be an employee of Electronic Arts. So
right up until the moment where he said, "Forget this, I'm going to go start my own company."
Again. Do this again, and then next week you get your double shot of Mario Kart Wii and Grand Theft Auto 4 back to back, like 2 days apart. So they're launching Mario Kart on a Sunday.
Oh, like with Smash Brothers.
I guess so. The ship date is at least the ship date is the 27th. Right. So it means you probably get it on Monday for reals. And then GTA.
Unless you go into a store, because I went into a store on Sunday and bought Smash Brothers because that's what they did with it.
Well, it looks like they're probably doing the same thing with Mario Kart Wii.
Huh.
So junk this week, except for Battle of the Bands, which looks like maybe entertaining junk. Ballers. Sorry, I don't mean to slight Ballers. And then pull out the stops for next week because giant games are coming out.
Yeah, that they're GTA. I bet it'll be pretty good.
I sure hope so. At this point, damn
right?
It.
Does the stuff about GTA 4 feel any like understated to you?
In what way, or what stuff?
I guess I don't feel like they've been as in your face with GTA's coming out as maybe they have been.
I stood on Mission Street last Friday and caught a bus with a big bus side ad.
Oh yeah,
for
so
GTA
they're doing
4.
that.
I mean, it's definitely out
billboards.
there. It's definitely out
Well,
there.
I think what we're not saying is they're not coming to enthusiast press as much because they don't need to. I think what you're seeing is like they're just putting out trailers and doing big, bus ad campaigns and things of that nature.
Yeah,
maybe they don't really need to. It's GTA. It's so huge.
I mean, it's
right.
Excepting maybe Halo is probably the quote unquote hardcore game that reaches the most or the biggest percentage of the masses, right? I mean,
yeah. So I feel like I should be blanketed in it by now, well, and maybe I think actually that's probably just a factor of like not working in San Francisco anymore. Because I don't see the bus ads and the billboards.
That hotel in LA next to
near
the LA
the
Convention Center,
like that's got the big.
with the giant building side ad.
Yeah, it's got the 3 panels of the GTA 4 art.
Yep.
So they're out there. I mean, there was also just that story about how in Chicago they pulled all the bus ads for GTA 4.
Because it's violent. I don't know.
Convoluted story where basically like some Fox News affiliate had started reporting on it as it being this big deal, and Chicago reacted accordingly. I don't know.
They didn't. If they took it down, they did not react accordingly. They overreacted like idiots.
Well, they reacted accordingly to the way that the Fox News affiliate was pitching the story, I guess. Anyways.
This bus is killing kids.
That's a pretty awesome bus.
Yeah.
Oh,
murder bus.
Is it hot in here? Welcome to a very special edition of the Giant Bombcast. It's Monday night right now.
Yeah.
It's pushing 10 p.m. Monday night here, the 28th. And at you're already Mr. Sleepy Time Pants.
Yeah.
Listen to you.
You're making me yawn, huh?
Oh, you're going to make everyone yawn. No, I'm not actually going to. Screw that. So it's on the eve of the release of Grand Theft Auto 4. And so we're gonna do something a little special for this week, partially because we realized that the game was coming out tomorrow, and we'd usually do a podcast then. But I kind of want to play the game.
Yeah,
this is kind of all consuming at the moment. So we have not yet played the game. We have not gotten it yet. We're gonna get it at midnight tonight. We're gonna head down to the Best Buy, get a couple copies, bring them back here to the office, and just play the hell out of them tonight.
That's soon.
Yeah,
midnight is soon.
That's like 2 hours from now. We're gonna have to be at that damn Best Buy. And look, Jeff's fading hard.
Dude, I got the yawns over here.
You do.
Maybe
Well,
it's
because we went and ate.
We did. We went to the Outback. I had some crab legs.
I got a burger.
I ate shrimp.
And then I got dessert.
None of us got steak.
Yeah, thank you.
Razor sharp here at 10:07 p.m.
Yeah.
Hey.
But who cares? Because Grand Theft Auto is coming out.
So a lot of people have been asking us, like, what's the first thing you're gonna do in GTA 4 when you get it? And
watch the opening credit movie.
It seems.
See, and that's the smart-ass answer that a jerk would give.
Well, I think it's
that's me.
It's kind of a weird question because I always just kind of want to roll into the story. It's not like I want to go, I want to go do a specific activity. It's like I want to see what this game has to offer narrative-wise, because the storytelling in those games is always so awesome.
Well, on
and just
top of that,
the mission stuff, like that part of the structure is part of really what makes GTA so special. Anyone can do, here's a big open world, just pedestrians, go have fun.
But on top of that, the really the fun parts of the sandboxy nature of those games don't tend to really become available until you've played through a decent chunk of the story and you've gotten weapons and areas unlocked where you can
or at least until you've got cheat codes where you can just do all that stuff and
that's true. You don't have your big awesome guns just yet, or your super fast cars just yet. So
I've never been a big side mission guy, like police missions and fire missions and stuff like that. I've never really done those in GTA games.
Yeah,
I always kind of mess with them and go, "That's how that works." I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
or races in those games. Like I totally just the driving's never been it's all racing in that game has always been really frustrating for me.
Maybe this will be the one that turns you around on it.
Maybe
it'll all be great this time.
You were saying you were watching one of the several live GTA 4 gameplay streams that have been kind of circulating the internet.
Watching some of the driving, it did look pretty different, so I'll be interested to see
how
the cars handle.
It's going to be really interesting to see what's different here, because none of us here have touched the game.
Never.
Before.
I received one demo from Rockstar some months back. It was one of the very first ones they gave the first or second one, and it was just a hands-off demo of here is Nico walking through the street, and it was like, look at this neighborhood, how detailed it is, and you're like, dude.
So, but I mean, even that you saw it.
Yeah, I saw it.
But that's no different than seeing a gameplay video somewhere.
Exactly.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm kind of glad.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited to be going into this totally not totally unawares, but in a state where I don't have any expectations for it. other than it's going to be like Grand Theft Auto, but perhaps maybe better.
Well, it better be if it's getting thousands from all these different publications.
I think by the time all is said and done, this is going to like beat out like Zelda Ocarina of Time for the highest rated game in the history of rated games.
I gave it a lightning bolt out of 10.
Yeah.
Some
ice cream cone.
I gave it a ghost out of 40. I don't know what.
Some of the hyperbole in some of the reviews out there is phenomenal.
Yeah.
There's we link to it on the site. You can go check it out. There's a Kotaku story that kind of reviews the reviews that is pretty incredible.
But they review them in the right way. There's not like this like. A lot of times people like to look at the writing in game reviews and game previews and go, oh, it's so terrible. Which yeah, kind of. But that writer probably also had to write 9 other stories that day. But this one just kind of looks at like how crazy over the top the reviewers get in terms of praise for the game.
Like where their point of peak madness is.
Right.
Any particular examples stand out to you? I haven't actually read this story yet. I haven't read any of the reviews, so
I think it's the one that says that I think it opens by saying, like, now I know what the film critics who screened The Godfather early, like how they must have felt.
Ooh.
Like,
really?
Stuff like that. Like someone else said that the characters turned in Oscar-worthy performances.
Which I think
I'm saying some of this stuff out of context. And,
sure,
you know,
yeah,
I'm
sure, maybe they do,
more
but
sense. Like,
I don't know.
Not talking mess over here.
Yeah.
It's just funny to see it all stacked up.
But again, we've not. How do we know? Maybe,
right, exactly.
We'll come back here after we play the game for a couple hours.
Maybe that's going to start coming out of me when I go to write about it. Like, I don't know.
2 a.m, we'll be back over here at the podcast table saying all this exact same stuff.
It's like the King James version of video games.
We come back and talk about how we're going to give it a Stanley Cup and a Heisman.
It gets an Oscar and a Heisman.
This gets an American
Grammy.
Music Award.
It gets a Country Music Award.
The Bible, the Torah, and the Quran combined cannot compare with this epic storytelling.
There's very James Lipton-esque praise to heap upon it. But,
if this game were a tree, it'd be a pretty kick-ass tree.
It would be a mighty redwood.
We're fun in here, but still genuinely very excited about this game. Obviously, or else we wouldn't be here like this.
I haven't sleep somewhere.
I've not looked forward to a game like this in a very long time.
Yeah.
And also another interesting point, we talked about this a little bit over dinner, is not a lot of sense of like what the voice cast is going to be like in this game.
Yeah. It seems like, maybe as part of Rockstar scaling things back in terms of how crazy the world got by the time San Andreas had jetpacks and stuff.
Yeah.
Like in terms of making it more realistic and maybe a little more believable, at some point having a huge Hollywood voice cast doesn't make sense because you start to listen for those voices and that detracts from what those voices are actually saying in a lot of cases. So, maybe by going with more unknowns, and maybe that's why we haven't heard so much about it. Because they haven't gone over the top with all that stuff, Jenna Jameson and James Woods and all that stuff.
Well, Karl Lagerfeld is like having an entire Hollywood voice cast all at once. So.
But he's also limited to the radio.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying.
Well, probably. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he could turn up as a character in the game. But
I think he is. I think he actually has like a role in the game, but like I think it's a small like cameo thing.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what that will be one of the first. If you want to know what the first thing I'm going to do is, it's going to be look in the back of the manual and see what recognizable
and
voices.
The first thing I'm going to do is turn on either the electro dance station or the talk stations.
Yeah.
Like typically it would always be the talk stations, but haven't heard some of the snippets of what's on the.
You want to turn on the LCD sound system station?
Yes, exactly.
You want to turn on the station that
you
plays
just want to listen to the Sounds of Silver album over and over again.
Sound system / French house station. Like, what is it? There's I think watching some of that bootleg pirate video, I caught some Kavinsky.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Or perhaps Sebastian. I don't remember for sure, but so there. Yeah, so that station.
Well, they're so different. I don't know how you get them mixed up.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, see, Kavinsky he died in a car crash. Now he's a zombie making dance music.
Undead DJ
Sebastian
from the 80s.
Just has a capital A in his name. Totally different.
Is he actually a zombie?
I just recently learned the Kavinsky
backstory
myth.
So he's like he wears a Letterman jacket because he died in high school.
Oh, nice.
He drives a Ferrari.
Yeah. That is the best concept I've ever heard.
And he's a DJ.
And he's France, dude.
He's
France is doing it real big with music.
No doubt.
I don't know if you heard. No, they're from Orange County.
Well, so yeah, I guess that's pretty much all we have to say about GTA 4 leading up to the game.
Yep, I'm not yawning anymore.
No, so the
energy
charge
is
getting
there.
on top of you there.
Or just the raw adrenaline of podcasting. It's such a contact sport over
Edge
here.
of your seat
You know it.
excitement. Pay for the hole.
I frequently do.
All right, well, we'll take a little pause here now then, and then we'll come back and time-lapse during the music that plays between the segments, and when we come back, it'll be much later, and we will have played a bunch of GTA 4, and we will have stuff to say about it.
It's going to be exciting.
So, see you in a second. All right, and then 15 hours later,
Hey,
or something,
well, what time is it?
it is 1:54 in the PM, the post-medius
Tuesday.
Tuesday, April 29th. Hey, Grand Theft Auto 4 comes out today, Jeff.
It came out last night, dude.
Well, that's today, technically.
Oh, all right, yeah.
So,
Kind of been a long day then, I guess.
yeah, it has a bit. So after we left you last here on the podcast, Jeff and I went and got our GTA on at the Best Buy, and then stayed here in the office and did some live streaming stuff on Justin TV. Some of you may have seen that. That was a lot of fun for us. Got to answer a bunch of questions for the folks at home, and then I guess we're going to probably answer a lot of those same ones and just kind of discuss more of what we experienced in GTA 4 thus far.
So, Grand Theft Auto.
GTA 4.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Rockstar Social Club, the website they're setting up for like external leaderboards and stuff like that. Have you done anything with that? How's that work?
You know, I just linked my my PSN and my Xbox Live accounts to my my Rockstar Social Club account, which I had created before all of this stuff actually dropped. And easy process on both accounts. You just throw in your username and password that you have associated with those accounts, and then it's able to like hit those servers and validate it and link you. So it's
right.
So that works like that. So there's this whole ZIT system, which they've talked about. We talked about some on this podcast, in fact, where if you hear a song on the radio, you dial this number on your cell phone in the game, and then that sends a text message to your phone telling you the title of the song and the artist, and then it also is supposed to show a little thing on your profile on the Rockstar Social Club, allowing you to then go to Amazon and buy the track itself.
Yeah.
I've done this a bunch of times so far. I actually did it a few times before I actually linked the accounts, and then I realized, I got to set that up first. There's no way this is going to work.
Right.
And since then, I've done that like maybe 3 or 4 times, and nothing's shown up. I'm actually looking at my my profile right now, and I have 0 zits at the moment.
All right. Well,
so
seems like that's something they're probably ironing out, or
I hope so. I assume so, because
or they're looking at it going, well, do we have that Audio 2 song on Amazon MP3 for sale? We need to link that up.
Better. So they've also so far nothing going for me on the ZIT front, which was I think probably the thing I was most interested in the social club. More so than the leaderboard stuff.
Yeah.
Which I haven't done any multiplayer yet. I've stuck strictly with the single player. So.
Well, they also have like the 100% club, which.
Right. Yeah. Which is this other thing, which I guess there's actually you may receive a physical thing.
Physical things are pretty cool. I'm into them.
Yeah,
like physicality.
Like Activision patches.
Right. Oh yeah, they should send me an Activision patch if I get 100% in GTA. Like, here you go, dude. You're good at River Raid.
So yeah, if you get like this 100% completion of GTA 4, and I'm not sure if this is a limited time offer, but you can then win a key to the city, which is actually like a little physical prize.
And you can keep in your lockbox.
Exactly.
And then keep the lockbox in your duffel bag.
Right
and
now,
then keep the duffel bag in your closet.
Right now, the lockbox is on top of the duffel bag, but the lockbox is locked.
Whoa. That's cool.
So yeah, so that's the social club. They're definitely getting hit hard, which is why I believe why the ZIT stuff isn't working yet.
But the site's in a better state than like the Guitar Hero site was when Guitar Hero 3 came out. That was.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying
that was a wreck. So.
I'm not
surprised at all. I mean, we were at the Best Buy in a fairly suburban area, fairly sparse suburban area.
That's where Tupac grew up.
Close to San Francisco, but not in the city limits, so you got to drive to get there.
Yeah.
And there was probably pushing 100 people there, would you say?
Yeah.
Something around there. So I have to imagine that,
And Best Buy totally trying to upsell people onto all kinds of other weird stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about that awesome little thing.
So in addition to selling the game and special editions of the game, which they had plenty to go around if people wanted those, but it seemed like most people weren't getting the special edition.
I had people in front of me openly mocking the special edition, so I had to stand there quietly.
Nice.
It's like, I'm going to walk up and get the special edition.
I would like the special edition, please.
I want the lockbox.
Yeah, whatever. The lockbox is pretty cool.
I know, I like the lockbox. It actually locks.
It locks. So I'm going to use my key to open your lockbox and steal your stuff, because I bet they're not.
Son of a bitch.
I bet they're not keyed.
I'm going to get a new lock installed on my lockbox.
That's what the cool players are doing, and the lock is gold. So they were also trying to sell TVs, like these Best Buy, like Dynex or whatever, the Best Buy house brand
and
TVs.
Then also laptops.
And also a couple of laptops. It seemed like they had like 2 laptops for the store. They were like $400 laptops.
Pretty cheap laptops.
Yeah, it was
they were like dual
a
cores.
Core Duo.
Yeah. Specs sounded all right, but I don't need a laptop. But it just seemed weird because when we first walked up there before the midnight launch, we went there around, what was that, like 9:30?
9:30, something like that. We went and got
somewhere around there.
Some food.
After we got
and walked across the parking lot.
After we got that food, we went over and said just kind of wanted to scope it out. And we talked to the guy. Said, "Yeah, how many? You got enough copies of it?" He says, "Yeah, actually, it's gonna be really cool. We're gonna be having some HD TVs on sale and some laptops too." And it's like, do the laptops have GTA branding on them?
Do they play Grand Theft Auto?
Is that what they do? What does that have to do with Grand Theft Auto?
I got Ben Heck on the phone to make a bunch of Xbox 360 laptops.
Well, I'd buy one of those.
Yeah.
But and then while we were actually in line, they were walking up and down trying to get their upsell on, which can't blame them. I mean, they have to have all
the
this
memo
staff.
came from corporate that they had to walk up and down the aisle and go, "Who wants TV for cheap?" Like giving no statistics about the TV other than like it's a 36-inch HD TV. Like not even really mentioning the brand, let alone the resolution.
I heard them say 720. Actually, I heard them say 720p.
Wow, that's a lot of P's.
Dude, so many.
720?
All 720p's included in the price.
My.
You don't have to pay extra for those P's, Jeff.
I like my P's.
You like popping them.
That's right. I like to pop my P's.
Sibilance. So that was the Best Buy experience. What else? We haven't actually talked about the game at all yet. Let's walk around it a little more, I guess. So we were at the Best Buy. We did all that stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Good amount of people, which is why it's not surprising that social clubs kind of getting hammered.
It'll be interesting to see what their day one sales were. I mean, a lot of people looking for this to beat Halo 3's single-day record. And it being available on multiple platforms seems like the sort of thing that will enable that. And also it being GTA.
I'll be really curious. I'm not entirely convinced that it will. I think it might be very close.
I may be right. I don't know. I guess I don't really have any impression. Like it all seems feasible. Like if you told me, oh yeah, they totally did $900 million, they did, $3 billion in sales, and I'd just kind of nod my head and go, sure, that sounds right. I don't know.
Those are numbers.
Those are numbers that are high. I guess it makes sense that many people would be into that. But so there's that, and then Take-Two's share prices have been trading above what EA offered for the company. So at least short-term wise, it seems like the GTA bump maybe giving them a hand.
Do you think that now that GTA is out, that EA is going to cool off on that offer?
I really don't think so. Like, because even if Take-Two accepted that offer, like it would have to clear so many hurdles and so many different things that wouldn't that push it past the release of GTA anyway.
That's true.
So I think that GTA is going to be around for a very long time. They've got downloadable content money coming in later, so it's like I think that at this point,
but it's going to be a much more expensive company to buy now because they are going to be flush with all that GTA cash.
I guess.
Like, that's going to make them...
I think that would have happened during this process and would have had to be factored in anyway. So I don't know. I think... I don't know. My guess is that EA is looking at the kind of longer view of there will be another GTA after this one, and then one more past that, and also maybe a BioShock.
Right.
And also we can shut down the guys making the basketball game we don't like. You know, there's a lot of kind of different strategic things that EA gains out of that deal, I guess. But I ain't no businessman.
You're a business man.
Exactly.
Well, let's talk about the actual Grand Theft Auto 4 some here.
Seems pretty awesome.
We've played some.
Yeah.
We've played a little.
Yeah.
I have no idea how many hours in I am at this point.
When I checked this morning, when I woke up and started playing again, it said that I'd only played for about 2 hours, which didn't seem... Which I guess if you take into account that I played some multiplayer, and that probably doesn't count on the single-player clock, I guess that makes sense. But, yeah, it still feels very early going. Like, it still feels like there's a lot of setup.
Yeah.
They're definitely... I mean, you know how GTA games start, and there's a lot of kind of tutorial stuff about here's how this in-game system works, here's how this in-game system works.
Yeah.
There's still a fair amount of that, even after, 2-3 hours. So, like, here's how the cover system works. Here's how you can call a taxi. Here's how you can dial any number on your cell phone. Here's how you can do a stun punch.
I would wager I'm probably about 5 hours in at this point.
And you've been pretty focused on story stuff.
I've been strictly doing story stuff.
I've been completing missions, but I also spent probably like the first 45 minutes of my time with the game getting buck wild in the streets.
And so I've been focusing on that stuff, and it's still like new concepts are being introduced.
Yeah, like
even
the
at
car
this point.
wash. Go wash your car.
Went to the car wash. I have email now. I rode motorbikes. Going on dates. Going on man dates.
Yeah, hanging out with your cuz.
Hanging out with your bros. Yeah, that's... I mean, I guess it's like the kind of the big picture thing that I can say about it from what I've played so far is it's definitely Grand Theft Auto. Like the formula and the feel... there's no mistaking this. This is GTA.
Yeah, for the updates and the things that they've done, changes to the game, like it doesn't lose any of that feel.
Not at all.
And I like where the characters are at. I kind of like where it's going. I like the tone that it's set so far. Like that to me is probably the most dramatic shift.
Yeah,
is that the setting and the tone feel really different. I mean, it still has that sense of humor, but it's not quite as lighthearted, I guess, as GTA can get. Like more of that stuff is sticking to the radio. Yeah,
it's like the two big things that I'm feeling like are separating this from past games is that kind of the tone of the story and the build of the characters is a lot more serious, a lot darker. They're still...
See, I don't know that I call it darker.
It gets darker.
Yeah? All
yeah.
right.
There are some revelations about some characters that are... they're just... Yeah, it's more serious. It's not as... deliberately goofy all the time.
Right.
There are also some goofy characters. There are some kind of comic relief characters that fit well into that, at least so far. It doesn't clash too much with kind of the tone.
And I like Nico a lot. The more I hear him speak, he's not being led around. He's an intelligent character that is sarcastic. And I like that a lot, that he's just like kind of a jerk to some of these guys.
He still kind of has that quality of all GTA protagonists, and kind of like that's almost a Rockstar thing. Of he's not as easily led as past characters have been, but he is easy to like just get real angry and in people's faces at like the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
Like if someone crosses him or if someone kind of questions his loyalty, he will get up in their grill immediately.
Yeah.
But the other thing that kind of has defined this for me is the gameplay itself feels so much more methodical, just because of the density of the city.
Uh-huh.
Like it's a big sized town. I don't know what the comparison is as far as the actual
square footage
of it versus what Liberty City used to be, but it just feels a lot more packed with stuff. There seems like there's a lot more cars on the street, a lot more pedestrians on the sidewalk, a lot more just stuff on the sidewalk. The buildings, even though you still can't go into most of them, feel less like just kind of flat facades.
Right.
Like there's a lot of just like, big steps going up the front of houses and stuff like that. And the cars...
And, like, your movement speed changes when you're walking on steps. It's not just... It just feels different. Like it's weird. It's kind of cool.
No, I love that. Like I love the little kind of sideways step thing that he does when you want to run downstairs.
Yeah.
The animation for everything that I've seen so far has been fantastic.
Yeah.
Like just a lot of detail to... Like I noticed early on that people inside cars move more. Like they'll, heads will look around, they'll kind of track people that are going around or, objects in the environment. They'll rock more in the car. You'll see them kind of moving around and being jostled by movement while you're speeding along the streets.
Yeah.
And yeah, just a lot of little details like that. Like I got drunk on a date in one mission, and just the wobbly kind of animations for that stuff just looked really natural.
I wonder if they got drunk and mocapped it.
Some of it some of it does have kind of a mocap look to it.
I like to think that they spared no expense, that they suited up, got hammered, and stumbled around.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. I think another significant thing that feels very different in this game is the cars.
Yes.
Like just the handling on the cars, the physics on the cars. They're a lot heavier.
Yeah. They definitely, going through corners and stuff like that, they feel pretty different.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to power slide around corners. You could definitely kind of... I mean, you can do it, but it's not quite as effective. And you can't run head first into other cars that are going straight at you because you will fly through that damn windshield.
Yeah. But at the same time, like I don't really think that the driving model feels terribly realistic either. Like it still has that kind of 70s car chase movie mentality.
It's still
just the way the cars move and the way the cars steer.
It's exaggerated.
Yeah.
But in a different way than it's been in the past.
Right.
Stuff just has more weight, I feel.
Yeah. I say we take some questions and then we can get back to playing more of it, I guess. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling.
Is that where your head's
That's
at?
where my head's at.
So a short podcast.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Before we go into that, I guess let's recap our feelings on GTA 4.
So far, it seems awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's GTA. It's a little more serious.
Yeah.
They've definitely they've made a lot of changes that make it play better, but don't take away from the fact that it is totally GTA.
Yeah, it does not feel like they have reinvented Grand Theft Auto. They have not broken it and rebuilt it. It is the same type deal, refined. And I have a feeling that later on, it's going to break that and do something wild. Like that's just kind of the feeling I have for it. Because I think if they had just refined GTA, I don't think every review out there would be going as hog wild as they are.
Yeah,
so
I guess not.
I'm kind of anticipating something completely messed up to happen, and I think it'll probably be story-wise. I think it'll probably... Because that seems like where the game has evolved the most, is just kind of the storytelling so far. So I kind of feel like it's going to lead up to something really dramatic.
It is a much more contemplative game as far as the story goes.
Yeah.
There's a lot more just kind of characters talking about their feelings and kind of their troubled pasts and whatnot.
Yeah, like Nico constantly alluding to bad stuff he did back in the homeland.
Yeah.
And how it will catch up with him someday. Dude, I bet it does.
Yes. I'll confirm that for you.
All right.
Signs point to yes.
All right, then.
But I guess we shouldn't talk too much more about that since it's coming out today. Let's not go completely into the story. But
I bet most of the people listening to this was probably past where we are right now because
they're not recording podcasts.
Right.
All right, yeah, we're not going to put this up till later tonight, so...
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's our first little taste of GTA 4. I'm sure we'll be talking about it a lot more going forward.
Yeah.
But that's where we're at right now. No more questions. We're done.
Okay.
Your thrilling strep throat story, I think, is what exactly the note that we need to leave this ridiculous podcast on.
Yeah, so Grand Theft Auto, early word is buy it. We're hearing on the streets that it's worth owning.
Also, hot tip, run away from cops.
Yes.
When you see them in the game, stay away from them.
If you see the police, warn a brother.
What else? Other pro tips I can give you: pay bridge toll. I know it seems like such a small thing, but the Liberty City Police Department does not care for those sorts of traffic violations at all.
And you're getting on a bridge, so it's a nice straight road where it's hard to get away from the police.
Oh, they'll be waiting on the other end.
Excellent.
They use their radios. They radio ahead, so there will be someone on the other end of it for you.
Damn cops.
Yeah, they're wily.
You should be able to get like a fast pass.
And
they
make it like there's always just enough traffic in like the toll plazas on these bridges that you're just like, screw it, I'm just going to blow through over here. But if there's a cop anywhere nearby, they will be right on your ass. So it's
I'm never going to play a bridge toll.
All right, let me know how that works out for
Yeah,
you.
okay.
Other pro tip. Unlike in past GTA games with motorcycles, you can't just hop off the back of them when you're driving down the road at super high speeds and then watch it ghost ride down the boulevard. You will fly further than the bike.
Great. Awesome.
If you try and do that, I launched
That
myself.
sounds rad.
I launched myself into the water surrounding Liberty City once doing that. So
I crashed my car into like the third story of a building last night and got crashed out of the windshield and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that stuff's really fun.
Buildings are tougher than your car.
So those are our short-term pro tips on the GTA 4, and also it's pretty good. And that's going to do it for this week's edition of the Giant Bombcast. Thanks for everyone for sticking with us through this hazy, disjointed, low-energy podcast.
It's like I want to sleep, but I also want to get right back to playing the game.
Yeah, see, that was the thing is, like, we got back from the marathon last night at like 4:30, 4 o'clock, 4:30.
Yeah.
I was back up at 8, and I said, well, better sit down and start playing more GTA 4. So I'm well, is basically what I'm saying.
Great. Have fun editing all of this.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'll also have fun driving us home, so...
I'll punch you in the arm the whole time to keep you awake.
I
And we'll stop and get cheesy, beefy melts.
I can't
That's what
wait.
it sounds like. So checking in, there's this Grand Theft Auto game that
that you finished.
I finished over the weekend.
You finished it, and you liked it.
I did. I liked it a lot.
You enjoyed that
I liked
game.
it in a way entirely different than I thought that I would like a Grand Theft Auto game. Very surprising.
Interesting. Maybe I'm not there yet, or maybe it's not affecting me in the same way. I'm playing it also a lot more slowly. Mm-hmm. I am taking my time with it. I've decided gonna milk this one out because I looked at the release calendar and
There's not much. Got to make this one last.
there's a little bit of time here before the next. Although there's some good stuff.
I don't really expect Grand Theft Auto 4 to make the kind of emotional impact it did on me on most other people. There were just some very specific things that happened in that game that just kind of hit close to home for me.
Sure.
That were pretty serious. Like I had to stop playing it at one point. It was pretty,
I remember the next day you were a mess in the car.
Yeah, it was
Emotionally draining experience for you.
definitely.
But it's also good on its own, even if you don't have lots of psychic scars.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
If your Thetan levels aren't as high as Jeff's.
Whew, man, I got to get clear.
Brother, do you ever?
This much is clear.
Yeah, I've been playing a good deal of the Grand Theft Auto, although not nonstop. Got some good weekend time in, but not going on crazy. I guess my longest, because it keeps track. It tells you how long your
longest
play session is.
How long is yours?
A little under 3 hours.
Mine's a little under 4.
Okay,
So
it's you were taking breaks,
oh yeah,
which you should do, folks at home. Everyone should take breaks.
every hour take a 10-minute break, blink 20 times.
Like, so you squeeze it and then open them up really big.
That's right.
And don't
Then
forget,
run around the block.
Also, your jaw.
Your jaw, yeah,
Stretch out your mouth. Go
definitely. Sit there with your jaw clenched, shooting guns.
Stick out your tongue a bunch.
Stop that.
Flex your tongue.
Stop that. Ugh. Stop that.
It's good for you. Keeps you from getting carpal tunnel of the tongue. Carpal tunnel.
I don't want to talk to you ever again.
Charles Rice writes in and says, so, do you feel like you just screened The Godfather early, Jeff?
No.
That's so.
I don't know.
Last week we talked a little bit about some of the GTA 4 hyperbole. That was in the reviews.
And
like I guess I see where that was coming from. I see the place that led to that comment. I don't necessarily think it's I don't know. Grand Theft Auto 4 is an amazing game even. It's the type of good that leaves people prone to really say a lot of very nice things about it and very kind of pumped up things about it.
Trying to find a way to express their excitement about it can lead to...
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the story for me is what is the most important part, and I think it's an amazing story for a video game. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And not only in the content of the story, which, it's kind of a revenge tale, whatever. It's like you could draw a lot of parallels to other media and say, this is not even the best of its type. But the way it's integrated into a video game, the way it's made to feel interactive is what sets it apart and I think makes it such kind of a watershed moment for video games.
All right.
Like someone wrote, someone put a comment on one of the stories where I was talking about and said, like, how can you say it's better than Mass Effect or Half-Life?
Very easily.
Yeah, very easily. like really, Half-Life has a great story. Do people really think that still? Like in its day, sure, I guess. But even then, it was like, dude doesn't talk. It's like an amazing atmosphere, an amazing setting, and a good premise, but it doesn't tell a terrific story.
Well, it was the storytelling that was good.
Sure,
and there's a difference between a great story and great storytelling.
Yeah,
and just the way that game integrated it was really great, but the content of it was
a little thin.
Well, it was just I guess a little whatever. I don't know.
And
I don't want to sell Half-Life too short. That stuff.
I'm saying Half-Life 1. I'm talking about Half-Life 1. Because that is what this person was claiming. So I don't know. Like,
I guess I don't want to disparage those games to prop up GTA 4.
Yeah, GTA 4 doesn't really need any propping up. Yes, it's that good. Done.
There you go. Done. This question's from Ryan in Ontario, Canada. Last generation of GTA started off with Liberty City, then went to Vice City, and then to San Andreas. Do you think Rockstar is following this formula again and will have GTA 4 Vice City and GTA 4 San Andreas for the next installments?
Well, keep in mind that this actually goes back further than GTA 3. The very first Grand Theft Auto game had 3 cities in it, and they were Liberty City, Vice City, and San Andreas.
Right.
So this is kind of the progression that they've had since the very beginning. So on one hand, that sets a precedent that makes me think, yeah, why not? Why not go in that order again? That makes sense. They've done it before.
Yeah.
But at the same time, now's a pretty good time to break that tradition and do something totally different or totally left field with it. So
I guess.
I guess I can't really decide which I would want more.
I would like them to do that simply because I enjoyed Vice City so much that I want to go back to Vice City. I like just as a setting, I find... And I think that you don't have to do it 80s. I think you can do modern Vice City. Like, they talk about Vice City in Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah, they talk about, like, Las Venturas and San Fierro and some of the other...
Like, a dude
like
shows
San
up...
Andreas cities.
Dude shows up from Vice City. So, it's still...
Not the game, he just happens to live in the town.
Yeah, so they acknowledge that still exists, that there is still a Vice City, and there is still all the San Andreas stuff. So there's some hinting at that stuff. And I would love to see what Vice City now looks like in this new engine in modern times.
Right. Yeah. Like, that's the thing for me is like a modern day Vice City. What does Vice City look like in 2010?
Like less,
which would
Miami Vice, more gritty, nasty,
more bad boys. Less Miami Vice, more bad boys.
That's a good trade off for me.
Yeah, dude.
But I also kind of feel the same way in that, God, I don't want them to just remake the same games that they just did over the past 10 years.
Right.
Trotting that out again. But then again, what other cities do I want them to go to?
Yeah, like, I don't want to see, like, there was all this talk before San Andreas where people were like, it's going to be GTA Shanghai.
Right.
Or GTA Tokyo. Like, that's going to happen. Like, I don't know. I guess at this point, having played through GTA 4, like, what I want out of a GTA game has now changed. Because now I think they'd be better served to sit down and say, what story do we want to tell? And come up with kind of a basic storyline and then say, well, what city is best suited to tell this story?
Yeah.
And go from there.
Yeah, I guess going city first isn't great. Is not necessarily the best way to develop these games.
I think it made sense the last time they did it. I think it makes some sense for them to say, like, okay, well, now we're going to build this city. Now we're going to build this city. Because, it was a very technical thing.
Right.
Now, you just, the way GTA 4 played out and the things that I really liked about GTA 4, like that technical side of things is less important to me now. Like seeing like, okay, can they do a city that is more about boats, which is what Vice City would kind of be.
Sure.
Boats and beaches and that sort of stuff, which Liberty City certainly has plenty of those too. So I don't know.
Well, it seems to me that, in the past the characters were perhaps even deliberately more thin, just to put more of a spotlight on these cities, which were these big technical feats.
Right.
Whereas at this point, everyone's so used to open world whatever that they had to bring more to it, and were able to really kind of develop these characters and make them more interesting and make them more important. Make it so that there wasn't this fear of like overshadowing things. It's like, no, this is where we need to focus now.
I'd be interested in seeing what they could do outside the U.S. Like, because so much of the kind of the satire and the style of comedy is very much prodding and poking fun at American society.
Yeah.
And they do a great job of it.
Absolutely.
And I'm curious to know if they can do that. Could they do London, which they did before, but, could they do London in that style? And could they make fun of London in a way that would still have that kind of universal appeal? Like, if they went outside of the U.S., would that turn off its American audience because they can't relate to it as much?
That's a good question, because I think that is one of the big things that I expect from a GTA game at this point is American satire.
Yeah.
And I don't know that would have quite the same impact, that it would be as relatable if it was suddenly about
because
London.
I think to cater to an American audience with a game that takes place in the UK, you have to fall back on all these kind of tired stereotypes.
Yeah,
like it'd be full of like Austin Powers bad teeth jokes or something.
Yeah, it would just be or it would just be The Getaway.
Right, or it would just be The Getaway. With what they've done with GTA 4, they've opened up a ton of potential for what they could do next, and it certainly has its ups and downs. Like there's some weird ways they could go with it that might not work as well, but I'd like to see them take more risks. It's been working well for them so far.
I have another GTA question. We'll do these back to back.
Weird. It's almost like this game is popular or something.
Tom Moshe says GTA 4 is awesome. But what is one thing you guys are disappointed with in GTA 4? But I kind of want to preface this by saying that a lot of people have been complaining about the fact that this is getting, these kind of top-shelf reviews, and yet people are having a lot of problems with it. There are technical issues with it. And I think that just kind of goes to show just how good the good stuff is, that some glitches, some frame rate that dips are nominal issues when it comes down to everything else that the game accomplishes.
Right.
That said, I would love it if that game's frame rate was a little higher.
Yeah, like sense of speed for me is always big in games with cars. And when you get in the fastest cars like the Infernus and kind of the faster bikes and stuff, you never really get the proper sense of speed. And I wish that stuff was better.
I wish that more buildings could be entered.
Yeah.
Kind of as the technology behind these games gets better, the more those contrivances stick out.
But at some point, I mean, it's a contrivance for a reason, because if you suddenly had every building able to be, walked around in, and aren't you just filling the city with a bunch of stuff that nothing happens in?
Yeah, I'm not saying they should do everything, but when I see a sweet bodega storefront,
okay,
I should be able to roll into
there's
a
like
store.
Delis and stuff that I was like, okay, you did Burger Shot, you did Cluck and Bell, why can't I walk in here and order a sandwich? This seems, I need health. What the hell?
New York food to me is not just fast food and street stands.
There should be like a lot of pizza shops.
Yeah, where there's not little tiny pizza shops or like a corner market that I can roll into and get a deli sandwich or something.
Right,
delis, things of that nature. It's they have them. They're little facades. You see them on the street and you're like, I want to go roll in there and get a hot sandy.
Yeah,
no,
nothing.
You can't do that.
I wish that there was a larger co-op component.
Yeah,
it seems like they scratched the surface and kind of tested the water with like there's like the Bomb to Base 2, and there's Hangman's Noose and Deal Breaker, and where they kind of are playing around with co-op. And I'd like to see them enable that for the full campaign, if they could find a way to make that work as a 2-player game or something like that.
Well, while we're on the topic, Jeff, I got an email from Matt Kessler. He's representing South Bohan.
Uh-huh.
And he wants to know what we would like to see from the downloadable episodes for GTA 4 that are promised at this point. I'd say that based on the amount of co-op stuff that's in there, we talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
Just you and me, Jeff. Like it seems like either it was going to be a larger component in the game, and they just decided this isn't really working, or we can't do this right with the amount of time and money that we have to do it, so we just have to bail on it, or that's just kind of a teaser for what they're going to do for downloadable stuff, and that we'll see a whole bunch of co-op missions come out of that.
I think that, yeah, there's definitely potential for that, but for me, it's story stuff, you know? Like, there is one prominent loose end left by that story that I would like to see wrapped up. Though it'll be interesting because in some ways, so there are two endings to the game, and different things happen, and different people live and die depending on how that plays out. So at some point, that either limits what you can do with a downloadable content if it's story driven, because you either have to separate it from the pre-existing story stuff to not create any paradoxes,
sure,
where people are in there that shouldn't be,
right,
or you have to create two versions of it to change who is in it depending on what, you know, choices you made during the main story. But yeah, I think I'd like to see more story stuff. There's someone left to kill that I would very much like to kill. So
interesting. Well, that's a lot of illusions, Jeff. I've not gotten that far, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
Man, it's hot in here now.
It's not. We're just wired the hell out.
Thanks, Redline. Let's go do some push-ups. Oh, so yeah, I guess some co-op stuff, more single-player story stuff would be good.
Yeah.
I don't expect to see, like, new turf. I don't expect to see, like, a new landmass or anything.
Yeah, I don't think they really need to do that. Though there was that rumor that they were just going to do whole new cities as downloads, which I think is
garbage.
It's crazy talk.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, they could just put out a whole new game for that.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good use of DLC,
right?
Or a good way for them to roll out new GTA content of that magnitude. All right, one more question here. This is from Matt Millman in Wilmette, Illinois. All right, so Matt's basically saying he noticed that you finished GTA 4 hella quick, and he was wondering if you ever wish that you could take more time with reviews or with games that you're having to review and kind of burn through to, you know, for the timeliness factor. But I think I know the answer to that question, and I think that your preference is to kind of burn through games regardless.
I would actually argue that I didn't burn through that game, because that's the longest I've taken to play a GTA game. Normally it's like 2-3 days. This was like more like 5.
Yeah.
So this for me felt like a leisurely pace. Like this was me turning off the game and going, all right, I'll get back to that a little later.
I would say that you still played through it hella quick.
I guess, yeah. Compared to I mean, most of the people on my friends list have not finished it yet.
I mean, you basically beat it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 4 or 5 days.
You know, 30 hours.
Yeah.
29 hours, 45 minutes, something
but
like that.
That's 30 hours of logged game time.
Right, yeah.
There's obviously a lot more to it than that.
I mean, normally that would happen over the course of 2 to 3 days.
Sure.
That 30 hours.
So I guess the point is that just your standards for what constitutes fast are slightly different than most folks. But I think that still definitely kind of validates the point of you like to play games quick.
When I like a game, I like to play it. Not stop. So, but yeah, like we were saying earlier, like my longest individual session with that game was like 3 hours 50 minutes. So it wasn't like I was sitting there for 15 hours at a time playing it. I was playing it, stopping, playing it, stopping. Like definitely walking away from it and coming back.
Yeah, but I think most people don't have the luxury of doing it all day.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah. Keep in mind, like I was coming here to work and playing the game for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Or you know, playing it for 6 of those 8 hours, and you know, then like, oh, I should write something.
There's not these school or work.
Right, exactly. I'm not. Yeah. Toward the end there, I did start to want to hurry up a little bit because I saw that I was within striking distance of that 30-hour achievement. So I was like, all right, well,
suck it up.
I'm doing this. So there were a couple phone calls from friends. I was just like, look, we'll hang out after I finish the game.
Push back your play date.
Yeah. It's like, Brucey, I love you, buddy. Can't do this right now.
We'll play pool some other time, dude.
Yeah.
I beat Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Aren't you special?
And
Good job.
Then I just wanted to go to sleep. I had rock in a corner.
I'm the sole member of this staff who has not finished the game, I guess.
Oh man! I just put the controller down and started like walking around in circles for a little bit in my apartment. Then
Biggest question I have: did you make the 30 hours?
no way.
No?
I was pushing almost 50, I think.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I'm at like 12 and a half, and I'm in the middle of the Dwayne and Playboy story. So I
Hey
don't know.
man,
you
why
can
don't you
pull it
call
off.
me up? Yeah, give me a call, man.
I don't know, like not even because I kind of want that achievement, sort of, but I'm actually just I'm basically barreling through the story missions because that's all I find myself caring about. Like,
Right, yeah.
doing the activities and like I don't feel
That's
like I
fun
don't
stuff
feel like
to do when you're done with the story.
Yeah, I could see that. Like,
I mean,
don't-
I did the activity, like, I hung out with, anytime anyone called me and said, hey, do you want to do something? I said yes.
really.
And I still made it at like 29:45.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean,
But I didn't actively seek people out to go out or do anything like
and I mean,
that,
those do provide gameplay benefits because you unlock like each character's kind of special
Right.
feature if you hang out with them enough. So.
Which I never got the Brucey, like, helicopter call-in thing.
Oh wow, is that what he does?
I think so.
Oh man, I
It's
gotta
not
go
that
hang
great,
with
though.
Brucey.
Yeah.
Because it's like 4 spots or something you need to pick up the chopper from,
Oh, lame.
and he just flies you along. It's just like a warp system.
Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't. You don't actually.
I thought it was
fly.
just like, here's a helicopter.
Oh, he just drops. Bummer.
You just jump in it, and he's like, "All right, where you want to go?" And it's kind of like the taxi cab, except faster, I guess.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
That's not that useful.
Well, not really faster because I just hit A when I get into a taxi and then
Yeah,
I
you zoom
load
in.
and then I'm there.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I got through with it at like 31
Ooh.
and a half or
Oh,
something.
Painful.
Close to 30, but not quite. Hey, you're listening to a very special edition of the Giant Bombcast year-end Game of the Year edition.
Spectacular extravaganza.
It's an additional podcast. It's an additional edition.
Ryan is addicted to caffeine pills.
Now, and I'm so excited.
I'm so
excited. I'm so scared. All right, nominee number 2, Grand Theft Auto 4. This is kind of a no-brainer inclusion on this list.
These are in no particular order.
These are
right?
in no particular order. Yes, these are just in the order that Jeff put them in. So maybe they are in a particular order. I don't know. Did you put them in a particular order, Jeff?
No, because there were more games on this list that got cut out, and so it's been reordered probably like 20 times by now. So it's pretty much randomized.
So yeah, the 4th Grand Theft Auto game. It's
And by 4th, you mean like 19th?
no, it says 4 right on the title.
Oh, okay.
Grand Theft Auto 4.
Sorry. I was
1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't speak Roman.
You're thinking
That's a middle finger. That's not even. That's
1.
That's 1. Okay.
That's 2.
Oh, here, let me add.
So
a
the
couple.
second Grand
There's
Theft
3
Auto.
and 4.
Okay, 4. Got it.
Bam.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, this.
The hard
Jeff-
knock story of Nico Bellic.
You made the excellent point that every time a Grand Theft Auto game is on the verge of coming out, you think, man, I don't want to play another Grand Theft Auto game. I'm
it's
tired of
always,
this format.
Like, basically, since GTA 3, and even with GTA 3, there's always been this feeling of, like, there's no possible way that they can pull this off. And after GTA 3, it became slightly different in that, like, I was like, well, I don't want to play that game again. And on top of that, there's no way they can top it. And I feel like they have every single time. I mean, Vice City I thought was way better than GTA 3.
Absolutely.
Like Vice City made GTA 3 look like a hobo. And then San Andreas came out, and that to me was like, I was like, how would they possibly top Vice City? Like, no way, never gonna happen.
Like, check it out, 3 cities.
And then they announce, we're basing it on 90s West Coast rap movies. So I'm like, okay.
And they're like, they made this game just for me.
All right, I'm in. And then they say, and by the way, San Andreas is the name of a state, not a town.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, what? Yeah.
San Andreas may have been a little too big for me. Like, just a little too much.
Yeah, like that was just, them taking that engine and being as extravagant
Yeah.
as they could with it. It's like they probably knew it was the last time they'd be using it for anything, super serious other than, Vice City stories and whatever else. So they went way over the top. And then GTA 4, you're like, okay, new platform, new engine. Like, there's no way they can top that. There's no way they can even make a game as good as GTA 3. This is going to be the point where Rockstar falls apart, and it's going to be the saddest thing in the world. But then, no. They go and they take it in a completely different direction and eradicate all of that crazy over-the-top stuff that was in San Andreas and just make, like, what is the most realist game
ever.
That was my big fear. Was after San Andreas, I'm like, are they just going to keep piling on more stuff? Because I did start getting burned out on just like them going as ridiculously over the top as they did.
At some point the curveballs just become like, you're just like, I can't take this anymore. Gary Busey, it's just like,
so
leave me alone.
They took it and grounded it back down in a much more real setting, like probably the most emotionally resonant game that came out this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Just like the characterizations were just so spot on, and just the detail of the city was so terrific. Amazing voice acting. Yeah, it was just they hit everything that they needed to, and it was enough of a left turn from where GTA had been going before that it felt fresh again.
Like for me, when that game came, when I finished that game, I sat down and I had to really think about it for a while. Like what did I really take away from that? And it was like that I'm kind of done with the big open world sandbox kind of thing. Like GTA was very focused. And yeah, you could go out there and wreck cars and kill cops and do all the same kind of dumb stuff you could before, but that stuff just felt meaningless because there was so much power to the missions and to the storyline and to the things that you were actually doing as part of the game that all that stuff just really just felt like child's play. And that to me was like the most significant change, and I think that has like forever changed how I will view this genre. Like I like what Saints Row 2 did.
Sure,
by being all crazy and over the top and over the topper than San Andreas or something like that. But like that's not what I'm looking for out of these games anymore. I want them to use this world in a meaningful way, not just cram it full of like half-assed side activities and say, well, you'll find something you like.
Yeah, it's not about just the novelty of you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, regardless of what you or I are looking for on a personal level, I'm just glad they picked a direction and went like a long way in that direction.
Right.
Instead of trying to be all things to all people with this.
Yeah, for sure. And that probably did alienate some people, I guess. But
well, yeah, because it's a pretty bummer story.
Yeah.
Like the fiction in GTA 4 is a bit of a downer.
Yeah.
Like throughout it.
It's perfect. Like, yeah, at no point are you some badass crime lord. You're not ever any kind of Tommy Vercetti figure with this gigantic mansion and all this stuff. Like, it's... You know, the phrase they kept using before it came out was like rags to slightly better rags. And like even at the time it was like that's just kind of a weird like marketing thing. But like that actually is one of the best things about it, I think, is that it just feels a little more rooted, and you know you can see these decisions that Nico Bellic is having to make tearing him apart, because in a couple of cases it was tearing me apart having to make them.
And then at the very end, it's like he is not the, I'm not going to spoil anything here, he is not the king of Liberty City.
Right.
At the very end, like there is still just kind of just this existential angst of like, well, I did what I said was going to do, but nothing's really changed.
Yeah. Well, Rockstar really, I mean, they do relatable, believable human characters better than anybody else making games.
Yeah,
as far
I mean,
as I'm concerned.
even when they go over the top with a character like Brucey or somebody like that, or you know, characters that have been in past games, I mean, it's done in like a relatively believable way that like fits, and that to me is probably just the most impressive part is that they're able to get the writing down so right with so many different characters.
And yeah, the fact that they go in this direction for a crime story of this, you know, this Eastern European immigrant, instead of like anything super obvious, like I really appreciated that.
Yeah, it was very the setting and yeah, like a lot of the trappings were very unexpected for me.
Yeah, it wasn't like, well, what sort of crime fiction do people like that we can rip off?
Yeah, it's not like, oh, we're in New York, let's do the Italian mob again.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like they're in there a little bit, but they're kind of pathetic.
Sorry, Vinny.
Hey, no, it's okay.
Yeah, like, it's nice to see them painted as kind of pathetic instead of just like running everything and having to go through all that just like mafia movie stuff
Cosa
over
Nostra
and over
stuff,
again.
yeah.
And they were also in what would be, I guess, fake Jersey, or like, I don't know. Maybe they referenced Albany, but I suspect it was more Jersey.
I think that is meant to be more of a Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they're not even in town.
Not New Yorkers.
They got to go across the tunnel.
Yep.
All right. That's the second one.
Oh, dude.
Brucey.
Okay.
Brucey, probably one of my favorite characters.
Definitely
in a game
genetically
this
superior.
year.
Yeah, for sure. That guy keeps it so alpha. How could this not be our game of the year?
Oh,
like,
man.
For me, like it's about the characters in the story, just the camaraderie between Nico and Roman, and just like, you know, Roman getting into trouble and Nico getting him out, and then just the cast of characters, like people like Brucey and the people that you meet along the way. Playboy X, Dwayne, dude,
Manny. The brilliant thing about that I will give to Metal Gear,
hating Manny,
God,
and
I
then
hate Manny.
seeing him get his.
Yeah.
The thing that I will give GTA 4 is that it is full of flawed people in ways that seem very real.
Well, again, like we were saying before.
Yeah. Like that tore me apart.
Like they do believable, humanized characters better than anybody. I mean, like those could be real people.
And people fuck up, and people fuck up in ways that people do fuck up.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like a lot of that stuff like really hit home with me in a lot of really weirdly specific ways. It was like there were parts of that game that felt like they were emulating people I've known, and so there was actually a moment in that game where I had to stop and I actually kind of cried a little bit.
It's intense. Like, it's intense, but at the same
time,
there
were like 2 or 3 times where I had to stop playing. One where I was actually like kind of overcome for about 5 minutes there, and games don't do that.
That's true.
My only knock against that argument is it the game that's doing that, or is it the storytelling and the characters?
I think it's the storytelling and the characters, but I mean, by no means is the game a slouch. I mean, you get to do so much cool stuff. You know, you're driving fast cars. You know, the car driving has a lot more of a penalty now because you know the handling is a lot more realistic. You can't just bomb around corners. You know, it's like getting away from the police. They've raised the stakes on that by just the way the cars handle and all that stuff. And I really a lot of people say they were really frustrated by the driving. And that's just because you didn't do it long enough to get good at it.
I was more frustrated by the camera angle on the car. There was something that like they had pitched that camera, and it was something that kind of drove me nuts for the duration of that game, where I felt like I was constantly nudging the camera up just a little bit
to kind of look around and see where
so I could see, because I feel like where they had it pitched, I couldn't really see what was going to be right in front of me. And it made it so, like, yeah, if a car happened to pull out of an intersection as I was coming at it, I would run into them. If I pitched it up a little bit, I still had enough, you know.
And if you got lucky, you would get in a crash and fly out through the windshield.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of great small touches in GTA 4.
Getting drunk, playing darts.
Even just the animation on Nico's walk.
Yeah.
I love the way that dude walks.
Yes, like that trailer they put out with him, just the suits changing and him just walking.
He doesn't just walk; he saunters.
Yeah, exactly.
Even just sitting in a cab sometimes, just waiting for the dude next to you to start talking, just weird conversation.
They give life to the world in a way that hardly any other developer can do.
Getting into a cab and then saying, "I need to go here." And then just riding in a cab.
And looking out the window and like seeing everything go by as you go to that place.
You know, like all the social interactions of whether you're going out on dates or hanging out with your bros. Like, yeah, dude, let's go to a comedy club. And then they went and they recorded some comedy routines. It's just crazy.
Sometimes, some kind of bad ones too.
Some kind of bad ones.
Which is, well, I mean, that's just that more realistic.
That's perfect. Yeah, it's like I want to see a guy like Nico Bellic seeing Cat Williams. You know, like, I don't know how I got roped into this.
Sometimes I found those kind of social rendezvous a little less than fulfilling, though. I mean, sometimes
because you weren't getting any, huh?
Apparently. Well, no. I mean, even like when
Brucey would not put out.
Like even when like Roman would call you to hang out or something. Sometimes it would just be pick this guy up, drive to this location, sit there for 5 minutes, and then leave. And it's like.
But you didn't have to do them.
You didn't have to do it, but if you ignored somebody long enough, it would damage your relationship with them.
Yeah,
and then it seemed kind of arbitrary. Like you felt the mechanics of it sometimes if you didn't like return someone's call quick enough.
Yeah.
It's like, suddenly they're totally inaccessible. Like they've just disappeared off the world for no.
And
reason.
I was usually so wrapped up in the storyline, I wanted to be going to the next story mission, and I didn't want to take the time to go hang out with whoever. But if I didn't, then my rating with them would suffer.
Yeah, I mean, it was always kind of a balance with that stuff, and I thought it worked pretty well. I mean, yeah, if you didn't call people back, they would eventually stop calling you. You could always work your way back up. It just sometimes would take a little time. And while there was like a full-fledged internet in that game.
Yeah, that was
going to the web browser and like signing up for dates and then killing the guy that you had to go out on the date with. Like it's just like so
real life.
Dude, it's awesome. Yeah, it's just like the way they handle the car stealing and just like all the little animations even for just like hot wiring a car and all this stuff. Like that game is amazing.
Also, Nico is very. I felt like more than the other Grand Theft Auto games, very self-aware of what he was doing. Like, kind of like, you're into this crazy world more than the other ones are. We're like, well, he knows how crazy this is.
Yeah, he knows how crazy it is. Like, you always got the impression that he had done way worse and
totally.
didn't want to do any of this anymore.
Like, the first scene in the game where it really clicked for me is, like Vlad has gone on one of his, like, coke-fueled rages and stormed off, and you're, like, sitting in his house, like, with his wife, I think.
Right.
And he sits down, and it's just, like, he kind of starts staring off into space and, like, starts ruminating about, like, his life in the Eastern European military, without getting super specific about what he had seen and done, but, like, you got the impression that he had seen some way harder and done way harder stuff than what he was doing in America.
Yeah.
And, like, he had, like, there was, like, a moral weight to, like, the decisions he was making. Like, he knew what he was having to do to get by in this new country, but he wasn't necessarily happy about having to do it.
And, you know, they get you to a point where you care about the characters and then have to decide if you're going to kill them or not.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, just you know, reaching that point where it's like, am I going to kill this police guy or this junkie? And but yet, like, I've kind of done some work for both of them. Do I feel sorry for the hard luck case and help out this corrupt cop, or do I stick it to the cops yet again, especially a corrupt one? Like,
well, it was like moral choices that had no good answer. It was like,
that game was just very good at just like, no matter what happened, you were just fucked. It was just like, oh.
At a certain point, though, like the quality of that storytelling became undermined by the fact that this is still an open world game.
I totally agree.
Like, at a point, there's these great heart wrenching moments where you have to choose if I'm gonna, let one character live or another, but then you can go outside and go on a kill crazy rampage for hours on end.
See, like,
like that is incongruous with the thoughtfulness that Nico shows throughout any of the cutscenes.
So the weird thing is I didn't ever do that until I'd already finished the game. Like, I wasn't like, I'm just gonna go kill a bunch of people, like that like classic Grand Theft Auto moment. Like, it feels like a really different game, like to the point where it's almost not an open world game. I mean, you can go do that stuff, but I didn't play it like that.
Yeah, but you can. You
certainly can, but
you can break the fiction of that game like that.
Yeah, but I didn't feel the need to, ever. Like, at no point was I like, man, I wish I could go deliver pizzas. I wish I could go do all the stuff that all the previous Grand Theft Auto games have done. It just happened to be structured in an open world fashion, so people who did want to do that, people who didn't really care about the story or whatever, could go out and go on their weird rampages and do whatever.
It still strikes me as a pretty significant contradiction in what that game is about.
But I think you can do that in like any game that gives you any form of choice. You know, it's all about staying true to the character that you're building as opposed to the character that you think the game is building for you.
But in this case, in this case, the cutscenes hand you a specific character. It's not like Fable where your guy is a blank slate and you just have carte blanche to do whatever and make him what you want him to be. I mean, Nico is an established guy with a personality and values, and you can go out and violate those.
Right, but
with his actions if you want to.
You know, that's kind of like where they give you the choice to do that, though. I mean, there's like an option on the cell phone that you can pull out and actually suspend the entire story and like turn off all of that stuff. And it's called sleep mode. It just like turns off every single thing, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna go blow up stuff.
I mean, would it have been better if like the dudes were invincible that you can shoot, or like you can't steal cars? Like, what would be the other option? You have to give some choice to the player and what you're gonna do. Like, make them run around and not be able to be killed.
I don't have a great answer for that, but that's also not the topic of discussion here of what I would do. It's what the game actually is.
Well, like, because I appreciated that in a game that is like, you're allowed to do whatever. This is the living, breathing world we put you in.
But that doesn't really ultimately get reflected in the story.
You mean like you wanted to be penalized for that?
I mean, there's a huge.
You want like a smaller city? Like, I don't understand.
There's a huge disconnect there.
I don't really think so. Like you get to do stuff all over that city as a course of the story. You know, like over the course of the game, you're all over the place, just kind of as part of you playing the game. You can also just go there anytime you want to and do whatever. It's like whether you're just going over there for a burger or because you want to punch out pedestrians or something like that. You know,
but then
the game is not worse because it lets you do that. Like that argument doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, I was Solid Snake and I was rolling around into people's knees the entire time, and like that didn't make me feel like Solid Snake is some inept kind of bumbling stealth guy because I was bad at
it's like my version of Solid Snake didn't read any of the Playboys that were around because I didn't feel Solid Snake needed that. He didn't wear the young Snake mask except when he had to because Solid Snake would grow old gracefully and accept it.
But then when you got to a cutscene, there wasn't, lengthy diatribes about how much he loves Playboy magazines. Like in GTA 4, you could go and be a horrible genocidal maniac and then go into a cutscene where Nico is totally being torn up about whether he's going to choose to kill one person or another.
But the character of Nico also is willing to go on missions and cutscenes where he was killing a whole bunch of people. Like he was always a killer.
That guy is ready to rock and roll at the drop of a hat.
Like
he just would prefer not to.
Yeah, like one of your first missions is helping out the Jamaican dude, like clean up some dudes, right? Like you got to go take out some guys, and it's like, it's like when you turn that corner, like early in the game, where he's like, I thought things would be different, but I guess you got to kill some dudes.
Yeah, it's like just because you can subvert that and go on some kind of rampage and get away, I don't think totally nullifies the story in any way.
I don't think it nullifies it, but I think there is a disconnect. I think that's still there.
So here's my take on GTA.
Yeah.
The stuff that it does the best, it does better than any other game ever, basically.
Yeah.
But the stuff that it does the best is incidental to it being a video game. Like, its characters, its storytelling, pacing, the world it creates, all that stuff is, like, nobody can touch that.
But you're totally also describing Metal Gear.
I don't think so. I don't think so because the best moments of Metal Gear for me were the moments that I was playing it.
Well, really, like in between the special moments.
Absolutely, like
really?
Me and Ryan had this conversation the other night, and like he told me, he was like, "All right, MGS4 for me," and I was like, "Really?" And then you started running down like the high points of that game, and I started thinking back, and I was like, "Man." Like, if I had to rank the top 5 moments of any game this year, all 5 of them would be out of that game.
Yeah, but, like, in between those 5 moments, was it enough of,
it was
like,
still
a different...
good. It was still
very
it was great,
good. But, like, was it enough to be, like, you're not just, like, trying to get to the next special moment?
It's like, yeah, you're just kind of, like, trying to make your way from one end of this map to the other. It's like the individual kind of rooms, as if you will, like, aren't that big.
But I would argue that GTA had that problem just as bad, if not worse. I mean... I'll agree with you on the driving. It was frustrating for me for a few hours, but I really came around to it to the point where, like, once I got good at it, like, I thought it was more rewarding than, like, if it was Burnout because you had to reserve yourself a little bit, and it felt realistic to be driving across the Broker Bridge or whatever.
Right.
But, like, as much as, like, the shooting and the movement and the cover stuff, like, all that stuff improved over the past GTAs, but it still didn't get anywhere near the level of something like a Gears.
It didn't. But at the same time, I didn't really have too much of a problem with the shooting. Like, I agree with you. There were moments where the cover system would like break.
Yeah, like it just effed up on me enough times, and I would lose a mission because of something that I felt like I couldn't really control. That it got super frustrating.
There's this weird thing that like seems like the way it seems like it should be the way it is for everyone. But every time I say it, people look at me like I'm a little crazy. Like Greg used to always go like, dude, I don't think you're right about that. That Grand Theft Auto has just gotten easier and easier and easier and easier. To like GTA 3 was like way hard. I didn't I could barely finished it. Vice City, way easier.
Oh yeah.
San Andreas, way easier. And then GTA 4, like other than like the inherent kind of open world, like this car pulled out and totally screwed up my escape, and I have to retry this mission now. Like other than like that happening a couple times, like that game is like really easy. Like, the shooting issues never really came into it for me because I always felt like I had plenty of time just to jack dudes in the face.
I'll agree with that. Maybe I shouldn't harp on the shooting so much as just the general action, like just the movement. Like I can't put my finger on one aspect of it. It's just that the action in that series has never been up to par with its contemporaries. Like with what else is out at the time, it's never up to that level. And I feel like Metal Gear was a better game just as a shooter and in that respect than GTA.
Yeah, but like GTA also had this element of chance to it that Metal Gear didn't have. Like things are always kind of going to go the same way once you knew what you were doing in Metal Gear. Like the bike sequence was pretty much like a scripted sequence that you're kind of controlling while you're on the back of the bike.
Yeah.
The Metal Gear on Metal Gear fight, like, you know, something weird isn't going to happen really. You're just kind of like fighting a dude. And then like
and that battle seems impossible to lose.
The Metal Gear one?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I've seen people lose.
you can definitely die in those.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you
just-
can, but it's just like that.
They're definitely not as open, and they don't present as many possibilities as GTA. Like not even close.
And I
but-
think that's what I liked about GTA was like, as I was playing GTA, there were always these moments where like I just wanted to come in and be like, dude, I was doing this thing. It was crazy.
Right.
A car flew out, this way, and the dude was hanging by the building, and like a guy was hanging on my car and like running around.
It's just like it's really unpredictable, and,
Yeah.
and when you can survive through that and like thrive in that environment, like it's super satisfying.
Like you're not going to take that motorcycle in Metal Gear and all of a sudden like go the other way, like
Right.
or like hop over a dude. And in Grand Theft Auto, you can totally take your car during a chase and like, you know what, I'm going to take the railroad tracks, or like, I'm going to do something
Right.
crazy here. I'm just going to try and ram into him a bunch of times. Like you can try and figure out different ways to solve a mission. Whereas in Metal Gear, they were great, but they were way more scripted. Like those are very predefined.
that is a mad
moments.
linear game.
But think of all of I think the variety of things that you do in Metal Gear is so much more insane. You're going from a bike chase to two giant fucking robots fighting each other.
But you're talking about set pieces. I mean, it's not like there's a significant portion of the game. It's like that's just another boss fight. Obviously, the boss fights are going to be a little bit different. You're now you're in a robot. Now you're fist fighting a dude. Like those moments are awesome, but they're like a very small percentage of the game. Whereas like GTA, you can pick your own approach. It's like, well, I brought a motorcycle this time. Let's see how this goes. Or I'm going to take a cab over there, and then I'm going to get over there and not have a car. How is that going to change this up? I'm going to go get this helicopter and make some really bad things happen. like that. The changing up your approach, I think, is really what helps make that game, I guess, like emergent.
Yeah, like the fact that you could just ditch the car and go for the helicopter, that's a pretty good choice to be able to have.
You know what? Nothing. No instance that ever emerged from the gameplay in GTA ever amounted to like the level of exhilaration that I got from one of those crazy moments in Metal Gear.
Yeah, like it's scriptedness. Like I don't buy into this, at least I don't buy entirely into this current sentiment about how all the choices in the world are going to make games better. Because I think that there is a great value in linearity, and I think that MGS4 shows that in spades.
And also handcrafting certain events.
It's like part of the thing is like with all those open options in GTA, it makes for a lot more rough edges. Because you can't predict stuff that's going to happen, more kind of hinky shit does end up happening over the course of the game.
There were moments where I failed missions toward the end because I felt like something out of my control happened because it is in this open dynamic world. Like I failed a mission because I ran over an explosive barrel I didn't see and it blew up my car.
Dude,
and I just lost 30 minutes.
If this was real life, that would have happened.
Sure, but that's why I'm doing it in a game and not in real life. It was frustrating from time to time. It really got under my skin. There
are moments where, like, I kind of agree with both of you here, where there are moments where yes, there is a randomness to what happens in GTA because it is this open world. But there are times where the randomness feels very gamey, where it doesn't feel like it's happening because it's a real world. It's happening because it's a game trying to be a real world.
Right.
And so there's some weird bug in the physics engine that makes something act in a way that it absolutely should not.
There's a guy clipping through a wall and he looks like he's going to vibrate apart or something.
Yeah, you get more stuff like that.